Welcome everyone. Today we have an updated version of Zenless Zone 0 version 1.0 tier list guide for the pets or the Bamboos. As you guys might have noticed, a lot of pets in the game have had their stats change since the last closed beta, and some of those stats are no longer providing critical chance, additional critical damage. So in this video, we'll have a look at which of the best S rank pet you should be going for and the reasons behind it. There are some pets that can be a little trappy or can be a little weak during this particular set of the patch, but in the future it can be stronger with new characters to come. And of course, we'll go through the best S rank pets and also additional information of how you can be summoning your golden pet yourself. So here I'll quickly show you guys how I was able to get my first S rank pack with Bangboo. And this will be my golden Ellen team for this particular pet. So before we jump into the tier list, let's briefly have a look at how to get your first S rank pet. As you unlock the progression, and if you guys haven't seen the progression guide, I have just posted a quick progression guide of how to get to rank 20 in terms of your account. And I do believe around rank 16 or 17, you start to unlock the pet system. And the game will ask you to pick a guaranteed Selector S rank pet as your target pet. And this will matter a lot, especially your S rank characters and also your team count. Now in order to get more pet summons, there are multiple ways to do so, and the game will tell you which of the ways, and you can click onto those and to see how you can get additional pet summons. I do want to mention here briefly that in the current pre-launch event is still ongoing. And if you haven't registered, if you haven't played this, you can get up to 4 pet summons on this one. But most players like myself, I'm slowly getting my free weapon and also the pet. So this event is still ongoing for about 7 more days. And I do have the guide video if you guys want to have a look, if you've been rerolling like me. So this is a new reroll account. And because this account was rerolling, I didn't do all the events. So I'm coming back to do all the events to get additional pet summons and also free weapons. Now I have also found a mobility's guide for the updated version of the pets. If you guys want to have a quick look of the S rank, A rank and also B rank pets on this particular guide, definitely come over and feel free to do so. And you get to see the stats of the pet as well. So coming over to my own tier list for the S rank pet. Now the pets will be broken down into 3 particular categories for myself. One is going to be the top of the meta list during this particular limited banner. The second one will be the high potential pet that can be potentially game changing if you plan to pull for the next banner with Zhu Yuan. And finally, there are some pets that just doesn't really shine with me. Now if you guys are like me and you're planning to go for Ellen and also you have Lycan, then going for the Ellen banner together with the Bangboo pet is definitely a safe bet. This particular pet will provide you guys with additional damage coming from the anomaly build-up. And this also provide additional anomaly damage and also ice damage as one of the guaranteed ice build pet for having 2 ice characters, having Ellen, Lycan or Sokaku. So this is one of the top tier pet I have for the Ellen setup. Now if you guys are going for a different attribute, I do recommend considering coming over to the Butler pet. This is the second pet of my tier list, and this is the one of only kind pet that now provides additional energy for the Victoria housekeeping. And the Victoria housekeeping, in case you guys wondering, will consist of 3 S rank characters, Ellen, Lycan and also Reina. Together with Cohen, this is one of the strongest factions in the game. So my second highest ranked pet will be the Butler pet. And those 2 pets can work well in any of the lineup with Ice team or with the Victoria housekeeping. And this of course comes back to the Ellen team. So you can see the second pet I'm going for is going to be the Butler pet. Now going onwards, I do have a few of the pets I think is going to be par on the 3rd of my pet tier list. And this will consist of the pet with Bangboo, and this will consist of the Bangboo and also Rocketboo over here. So why are those pets on the 3rd of my tier list is that they will focus a special element and depends on your composition of the team. And this will depend on the physical team here, and this will depend on the electric team, and finally over here this will depend on the fire team. Now I'm ranking those pets a little highly simply because if you guys have put a physical S rank character like Nicomata, or if you have put electric character like Grace, or if you put your fire character like Soldier 11 or Kodia, those pets can be great to add another 4-star character of the same element. So if you are planning to run a mono elemental team, those pets can really shine with your current team for additional anomaly buildup. Now, I wouldn't recommend going for the other pet right away, and I do recommend considering going for this pet in about 2 weeks time, because the banner will be available in about 20 days time. And this particular banner for the next banner will be Zuyuan, right? So I don't recommend going for the other pet, because right now you can't really make use of the other pet, and we don't have enough characters for the other attribute to be ineffective for this particular pet. So this one would definitely be on my lowest priority at the moment at the launch of the game. Now finally, we have aiming and also safety. Safety in terms of the fraction of characters and also additional effect, it's a little tricky for me. I don't think it will be that powerful, and I don't plan to run the Belgrade heavy industry characters that much. So this in terms of the safety pet, right now, unless I'm running Soldier 11 or I'm running Kodia, I won't be using this pet. But even if I'm running those characters, I can still consider using the fire characters team, and this might deal even more damage. So in this regards, safety pet is getting a little lower ranking for me in terms of the pet's choices. And this may be a similar logic in terms of the cunning hit pets as well. So this particular pet will provide increased chain attack damage in terms of having less enemies in combat. This seems great against the bosses, and if you're running Necrometa, this can be a great pet in terms of this particular choice. But at the same time, guys, you also have another physical pet that is providing you with additional anomaly build-up damage. And this can be better as you deal more physical damage with the Necrometa pet. So my top 2 choices of the pets for the Ellen team or for the Ice team or for the Victoria Housekeeping will be Sharkpool and also Butler. And my next 3 will be those 3 with Banrover, with the Plug Pool, and also with Rocket Pool. After that, we probably go with Emily and also with the safety pet. And my lowest ranking at the moment is gonna be Rezona Boo, simply because we won't be going for the element of the other team at this moment. Now I know this can be a little harder because I didn't make the tier list, so this is why I prepared the mobility tier list for you guys to have a quick look. And they do have additional information in terms of the A rank purple pets. Now do keep in mind, these tier lists will be updated as more information and also more notes is added to this tier list. But it is very similar to what I have ranked for my pets, and really depends on what your team is going for. So for the other teams, I recommend the first 2 pets. If you're going for a particular physical, if you're going for electric, if you're going for the fire teams, you should go for that anomaly build up for additional damage. So let me know in the comments below, guys, what do you think about this short version of the pet tier list and which of the pets you should be choosing. So let me know in the comments, guys, which of the pets have you been selecting and which of the pets are you going for your first S-rank pet.